Hi, I'm Matt from Rifleman Firearms. Just going to present a short video guide for you now to show you the correct way to set a telescopic sight up onto a centerfire rifle. Now, every gun that leaves Rifleman Firearms, whether that be an air rifle or a 2.2 rimfire or whatever, we always set these the scopes up in the same way. But when you start using these long-range target rifles like this Savage FTR, it's really important to get this process right so that you can get the eye relief right. And also to make sure that the crosshair is absolutely vertical and horizontal the way it should be, so that at range, around about 1,000 yards, you're spot on the target. Okay, so the first stage here, you can see the gun is in the vise. I've put the first level onto the action on top of the Picatinny rail, and I've got the gun nice and level. And I'm now putting the second level onto the end of the barrel, and the idea here is that I just clamp it on and I adjust it so that both levels are absolutely plumb center. So I'm happy now that the gun's nice and level. I've taken off the spirit level from the top of the Picatinny rail, and I'm just beginning now to pop the mounts on in preparation for the next stage. So I'm happy that the mounts are on there now. This is an important part. I'm going to get Matt to shoulder the gun. He's going to put his cheek onto the cheek piece where he's comfortable, and we're going to get the eye relief right. So I'm going to move the scope back and forth until the eye relief is correct. So as you can see, the gun is back in the vise now. Matt's happy with the eye relief, and I'm just popping the tops of the mounts on now, and I'm going to start to screw them down in preparation for the next stage. So I've just nicked these screws down. They're still not torqued down, they're quite slack so that I can move the scope. As you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm just popping on the level on top of the turret, and because I can move the scope, I'm just going to move it so that the level is plumb center in the middle there. And what we want to do here is just hold that and continue the tightening process, so that all we're going to do here is just tighten them down a little bit more and maintaining that bubble right in the center. So you've got to take a little bit of care on this next step. So I'm tightening them down in preparation for the torque wrench that we'll use in a minute. Just alternating it, as you can see, and just doing it every sort of quarter of a turn each screw. So I'm just going to finish this off now with the torque wrench. This worn torque wrench is a lovely little tool. It's preset to 25 inch-pounds, which is just perfect for these top mounting screws. And once I've done this, I'm just going to move on to the bolts that secure the mounts onto the Picatinny rail. As you see what I'm doing here, I'm just going to torque these down to 50 inch-pounds, and that again will hold it nice and securely onto the Picatinny rail. So I'm happy now that the work's complete. I'm just going to remove the levels here, one from the barrel and one from the top of the scope. I'll hand the gun over to Matt, and I'm hoping here that he'll put this rifle straight to his shoulder, that the eye relief and everything will be just perfect for him.